Over the last few days, we have seen tons and tons of brand new leaked WWE action figures that we're going to be getting in 2026 from Mattel. We have seen Ultimate Edition figures, we have seen WWE Elite lineups leaked out, and today we may know some figures that are coming in WWE Elite Series 128. Over the last few days, we did learn that Penta was going to be the last figure in WWE Elite Series 126. In yesterday's video, we covered the full WWE Elite Series 127 and covered what that wave's going to look like, so you need to go check that out if you missed that entire video. And then today, we have what could possibly be one of the craziest WWE figure releases that we've ever seen from Mattel, which we're going to dive into, man. So let's get into it. And this one does come from a Walmart listing. Now, this is just assumption. Of course, you know, we've seen leaked lineups from these types of things before that didn't pan out, which we will, of course, get into. But this does come to us from Walmart listing. And this first one says WWE Elite Jelly Roll. A Jelly Roll figure. A Jelly Roll WWE action figure, guys. That is just insane to me. Of course, in the past, we did see that Bad Bunny was a listing years upon years ago. There was a listing of a Bad Bunny figure, and I can't remember if it was Walmart that put that out. I want to say it was either Amazon or Walmart or somebody leaked out a Bad Bunny listing, and so everybody was speculating, oh, we're getting Bad Bunny, and then at the buzzer, it just didn't pan out or something like that. You know, it fell through. The Bad Bunny figure never came to fruition. Same thing that happened with Travis Scott when he was going to be coming around. It seemed like we were going to get a Travis Scott. Everybody kind of, you know, there were some things out there in the rumor mill, and, you know, things were speculative, but at the end of the day, Travis Scott kind of wandered off. We never heard from him, kind of got ghosted, and we never got a Travis Scott figure. And now it looks like we could be getting a Jelly Roll figure. Now, you know, say what you will about Jelly Roll. I'm personally not a big Jelly Roll fan. I think he's got some talent, but that's besides the point. He was in WWE, and they've made a figure. You know, we've seen these things before. WWE loves celebrities. They love to push celebrities. We have gotten Logan Paul. We have seen, you know, Rob Gronkowski in the past. So this is not anything really new, but getting a Jelly Roll figure is insane. I guess it'll really, for me, it'll depend on, you know, make whoever you want, you know, that has been on WWE television. But for me personally, it comes down to how good is the figure? Is the figure actually worth a shish? And that's gonna probably be what this is about. You know, I don't know. If you're a Jelly Roll fan, this would be really, really damn cool. Like, just for, I don't know, shishes and gigs. Growing up as a kid, man, I was a huge Lil Wayne fan. I still, you know, enjoy Lil Wayne's music. But I always was a big Lil Wayne fan. I've always wanted a Lil Wayne Elite or figure in my collection. I just think that would be really cool. I know they've made little statues and stuff, but if I had a fully articulated figure of, you know, other things outside of wrestling, you know, I've always talked about this on the channel. If it's a really good action figure, I mean, you know what I mean? You make an action figure of somebody that I'm a fan of, and then bam, I think that could be really cool, and hopefully the figure will be good if it does come to fruition. But Jelly Roll is a crazy pull, man. Could that be legit? Of course, this is all speculative. This, you know, take it with a grain of salt until we actually see a Jelly Roll figure, and maybe that's going to be talked about here soon. I'm not entirely sure. Is this Elite 128? Is this an exclusive to Walmart? I don't know. We're going to figure it out, but we do have other listings that we're going to get into, and the next one is going to be Tala Tonga, and this is what kind of makes us speculate that it's going to be WWE Elite Series 128, because in Elite Series 127, Elite 126, all of these lines have been all main, you know, today talent, all 2026 talent, all talent that has been featured on WWE television within the last 8 months to a year, whatever the case is. It has not been flashbacks. You guys know that they have not really done any flashbacks in the main Elite line here lately, and we've kind of seen that trend over the years that we've touched on in the last few videos, and so this would make sense that this is going to be a main series figure. And since we already know what Elite 125, 126, 127 are, and Tala Tonga is not a part of that, I would imagine that this is going to be Elite Series 128. And so if that is the case, Tala Tonga getting a figure should be pretty toyetic. I guess it'll be similar to a, you know, you can kind of use your context clues. If we're getting JC Mateo in Elite Series 127, it would make sense that in Elite 128, you would get another member of that faction there, and you would get Tala Tonga. So I don't know. This is going to be something to monitor, of course. I, for one, want to see Tama Tonga redone because his figure was terrible. His first figure from Elite 118 was not a good figure whatsoever. I really would like to see them redo Tama Tonga, but Tala Tonga should make for a toyetic figure, should be very large. Hopefully they give him a good formula. Maybe they don't give him, you know, a 5 head and things like that. So hopefully the Tala Tonga will be a really good figure. But we also have another part of Elite 128. Again, speculation. We don't know, you know, objection, Your Honor, speculative. But the last figure that we know about for Elite 128, or at least in this Walmart listing that we're talking in this video, is going to be Ron Killing. So Ron Killing's getting a new figure here. We have not seen one in a little bit here. I would imagine this is going to be updated fully R-Truth, and so, new head sculpt, probably some sort of heel or pissed off expression, and it would be really, fun to see what they're going to put together for this Ron Killings or this R-Truth figure. And his figure is similar to a Damian Priest, similar to, these other characters. He bats a pretty high percentage. All of his figures, for the most part, are pretty posable. They capture a lot of details. You get some fun accessories, and even his last figure, the Awesome Truth 3-pack, was really damn good, and then you had the previous version of that, which was the Elite 115, very damn good too, man. So I like that we're getting an abundance of R-Truth figures. We're continuing to get R-Truth or Ron Killings here, and I think that makes for a damn good figure. I think that he has a really good track record. You go through the years, man, R-Truth has had some of the most underrated or best Elite figures possible, and I think you'll see that continue, and maybe the streak can continue here with this new Elite Ron Killings figure that has been listed by Walmart. So if this is the case, okay, let's just say Elite 128 does feature jellyroll, Tala Tonga, and Ron Killings. You know that the final 3 figures from this set, one of them will be a women's figure for sure. Could be 2 of them, but I imagine a women's figure of some sort will be in this line. It would be cool if it would be like an AJ Lee or somebody like that could fill out this lineup. And I'm sure they'll probably throw in a damn, I hate to say it, it'll probably be a Roman Reigns or a Cody Rhodes or, a CM Punk, somebody like that, a Jey Uso. It's probably going to be somebody that is just has unlimited style figures, maybe a John Cena, maybe a Rey Mysterio. Even though we got Rey Mysterio in Elite 124 and different things, maybe they throw in another Penta, so we'd have Penta from Elite 126, Penta in Elite 128, but that's just speculation right there. Objection, Your Honor, speculation. But those are the 3 figures that we've taken a look at here from Elite 128, supposedly. Now, it could not be Elite 128, it could be something else, but those 3 figures, Jelly Roll, Tala Tonga, and Ron Killings. But then we have this prototype of this figure that I wanted to get into, man. This looks truly incredible. I'm very excited for this. I think that this figure looks really good. We are looking at the Regium line here, and for this Regium line, we are looking at the Raven figure, man, and this just looks so damn good, this prototype. He's got the jacket, he's got, the really good looking head sculpt. Looks like he comes with 2 interchangeable head sculpts, if I'm not mistaken. These just look crazy, man. I'm very excited for this Raven. I hope that the figure poses well. It looks like it's going to, and I think this is going to be a really good representation of the character. So I'm very excited for this Raven figure. Always wanted Mattel to do a Raven figure, and they have not been able to do so. So if this is our only way to get a fully articulated, nice Raven in the modern day for our collections, then that's just what it's going to have to be. But, I hope the scaling's right. I hope the paint apps are right. We did get to see a prototype maybe a couple weeks ago that, it was just a painted prototype, but this is one of those fully, just printed. This looks to be all the final sculpts before the paint and everything like that. I like the boots. I think that the wrist tape looks good. The jorts look good with the rips. The hair, they did a really good job capturing all the details in the hair. And then you also have the elbow pad, the microphone. There's just a lot to like about this Raven figure. Very excited for that. And then we also have a prototype look of the Ahmed Johnson that also looks very damn good. So they have done an incredible job on these. You got those thigh pads on there, the knee pads, the head sculpts look good for the most part. They have knocked these out of the park, man. I'm very excited to just get these in hand. Now, I don't own some of their other figures yet, so maybe, I don't know, if you guys own these figures or you have any experience with this line, with the Regium line, or any of these figures that they've released so far, I would really like to hear from you down in the comment section just to know if these are worth a damn or not. But I dig the way that Ahmed Johnson and Raven look. More of the Raven. I think the Raven's damn good, but that is pretty much what we have for news today, man. I'd love to know what your guys' thoughts are on this stuff from Elite Series 128 or whatever the hell it is down in the comment section below. But before we get out of here, we do have to get into our random comment shout out, man. So let's get into our random comment shout out again. Stay active on the channel, man. Comment a question or something you have there, and it could be featured on the channel, man. So let me know down below. But today we're getting into our shout out, and it is going to go to Not Kill EXE98 here. And I fully agree with this take, man. He says, I'm hoping we get an updated Aleister Black Elite figure at some point this year. I would love to see this take place, man. We've talked about this a little bit, how, he's one of those talents that it's kind of like a Demon Finn Balor, where it's almost as if Mattel feels like the ship is sailed kind of, and they don't really want to pour a lot of paint detail and money. The more paint apps, the more deco you put on these figures, the more they cost, and the more they take away from newer sculpts in the line. If they want to sculpt a new this, well, that budget is going towards your more deco, your more paint apps for your Aleister Blacks or your Finn Balor. And so I would love to see an Ultimate or an Elite Aleister Black with updated double jointed, you know, the posability, the tattoos, maybe new formula. They, you know, get away from that Daniel Bryan torso. They could do so much there with Aleister Black. That's one of my main wants from Comic-Con, is going to be an updated Aleister Black, whether it's Elite or Ultimate. Not a basic, man. I don't want to see no damn basic. I want to see an Elite or an Ultimate of Aleister Black, and I agree with you there, man. But if you guys want a future shout out, comment something down in the comment section of all these videos that we're posting daily, and I greatly appreciate you, man. But that is going to wrap it up, man. Hope I, you know, acknowledged you there. I'm getting the hell out, man. Hope you guys did enjoy. Love to know your thoughts on all this down below. I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one. Super Bowl Sunday. Who you got? Seahawks or Patriots? I'm a Steelers fan, so I really don't give a damn. I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna be going for the Seahawks, but I don't really care that much. I'm just enjoying ball. So let's get into it. Have a blessed day.